Welcome everybody to another 10-minute chess opening video. Today we are looking at something that so many people have requested, the Queen's Gambit. Now, I'm actually going to include a little bit of material here on both sides. I rarely do that, but first we're going to start out with the Queen's Gambit for the white side, and I'm going to give you a few weapons to be aware of with the black pieces as well. The Queen's Gambit begins after the moves d4, d5, and c4. The point is that you are gambiting a pawn. You are giving away a pawn early, and what you want in exchange for this pawn is you want two pawns in the center, right? Because that pawn has now moved. It has ceded control of the center, and in a perfect world, white will then take that pawn back with the bishop, which now opened up onto e4, and white has a dominant center. Notice that now what happens is that black is left with one central pawn, and white is left with two central pawns, which is good. That's at a very elementary level. That's really what this is all about. Now, from a theoretical chess standpoint, I want to address the Queen's Gambit for beginners, intermediate players, and honestly, if you're watching this somehow as like a 2000, I'm still going to include something that might be useful for you. So, if you're going to play the Queen's Gambit on move 2, you should be aware of the Queen's Gambit accepted. Anytime this pawn is taken, accepting the Gambit does not lose for black by any means, you should know what to do against that. I recommend that you do take the full center. And there's some dangers if the opponent just defends like this. You can already begin to play moves like a4, undermining this pawn, and creating some serious weaknesses for the opponent. If the opponent plays a6, you just take, and they can't take back because of the rook. If they take back, if they play c6, you now can take once, and then just develop your knight to c3. And it's, again, difficult to defend this pawn with the tactic a6, you just take. And there's an exchange down on the other file, which is going to be an issue. At the same time, you also can just kind of develop your pieces, and if black spends all the moves in the opening just defending one pawn, black will fall behind in development considerably. There are other defenses. So the two ways to reinforce this pawn with pawns, this is the Queen's Gambit Declined, which I'll also flip so you see it with the black pieces. Queen's Gambit Declined is a legendary unbreakable tier opening. If you haven't watched the opening tier list that I did along with Hikaru, it is seen at all types of Grandmaster level, Blitz, Rapid, Classical, does not matter. It has not been broken for many, many years. And the point is that black will now play knight f6, bishop e7, and castle. Now, there are branches of the Queen's Gambit Declined. Some of them are, for example,